welcome back to picturesque Marion, North Carolina for some more college disc golf national championships. We have our women's singles finals. We got 9 holes left to go. We're going to crown a champ.
Excited to see how this back 9 plays out, Ian.
Yeah, it should be a fun watch. That is Joyner right there ripping it off. Madeline. We also have Britta Bauham, Genesis Beck, and Whitney Brown on the card. There is Whitney right there. She is your defending champion. She's still in the hunt right now.
She is. Yeah, what are the scores at the turning point? Do we have that?
They're very close. We saw Genesis have a little bit of trouble there on hole 8, which I think dropped her out of the lead.
Or hole 9, yeah.
Yeah, hole 9, thank you.
The bunker hole. The inbounds bunker hole.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and check that out in the front 9 if you didn't. It's one of the most interesting holes I've ever seen in disc golf.
It's a thing for sure. We are on to hole 10. Tell us about it.
Hole 10, 206 feet. Another tight wooded shot, similar to hole 4. Except this one, there's an OB creek, as you can see there running along to the right. It doesn't really come into play much off of the tee, but the basket is tucked to the right, probably 10 or 15 feet from the OB, so it's a tricky green.
Yeah, it is just right there. Is it OB or casual, you said?
It is OB.
It is OB, okay.
Yes.
Wow. Madeline Joyner. Wow, gets a nice late flip.
Nice late turn. That was very finessey shot. I can't imagine trying to get to this green with a backhand. I mean, the fairway really shapes better for a forehand.
This is Britta.
Kicked into the middle at least.
Consolation prize. Your defending champion, Whitney Brown.
Having seen some of her forehands earlier, I'm surprised she didn't go with a forehand on this.
Had a nice line on that
Yeah.
if it beat those trees.
Yep. Here we go. Here's the forehand play.
Genesis Beck.
Oh, too much turn.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks jaily. Hopefully it's not.
We shall see momentarily.
Mm-hmm. First up, though, Britta with the second shots. Here's a forehand, Pablo. Oh.
A little bit of grip lock there.
Yeah.
Most likely be a layup from there because she'll be looking right at the OB with a downhill putt.
Genesis has a window out, thankfully. That was great.
Yeah. Played it to the safe side of the basket. It's going to be a scary putt, but a little too close to lay up, so she's probably going to have to go for it.
And she's a great putter, though. So.
She is, yeah. We saw some great putts from her on the front 9.
Whitney. Brown laying up nicely.
Well,
ooh, no, maybe
was
not.
it nice? Oh, that actually skipped into the out of bounds.
No kidding. Those rocks, man,
Yep.
make your disc just pick up and start moving again. Joyner.
And that was a good layup.
Mm-hmm.
Little fist bump from Dad.
Yeah. There is, as the called, the layup there for Britta.
Perhaps even a little tentative on the layup. I mean, you
Mhm.
can see how close that basket is to the OB. It's a scary putt to run.
Beck
Genesis,
saves par.
Yep. Great putt.
That was.
As we mentioned, she is a solid putter.
Mm-hmm. Britta.
As Whitney is taking her relief from the OB directly across from where Britta is putting, she just goes ahead and putts anyway.
Nails the death putt.
Thanks to Catch Cam Sean for getting that putt. I saw Whitney taking her relief and was repositioning over there to get that shot and
funny.
was not ready at all.
There is Joyner making a good putt. Brown. Little bogey save coming up.
I mean, this really illustrates how close that OB is if this is where her lie is after going OB. This course has a lot of that. OB very close to the pin, in the circle in a lot of cases.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again. Brown sneaks out of there with a bogey. Looks like she got a 2-stroke lead right now on the rest of the card. Joyner firing that one up the tunnel nicely. It's going to lead us in to hole 11.
Hole 11, one of the few holes out here that does not have any out of bounds. It looks like they cleared away a lot of forest to make this. It's completely off of the ball golf course where a lot of the other holes play. Pretty open off the tee, but thick jail on the left and right, and then this big cluster of trees in the middle that players have to navigate. And then the green is interestingly protected by these very small Christmas trees, very, very, very close to the basket.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Tough hole to get all the way into that green. Joyner has the tee.
It is completely blind off the tee as well.
Is it really?
For the players, yeah. Eh,
Up and down.
yeah, I think a lot of them are going to elect to play this for par. It's also a bit uphill and kind of an awkward shape to try to get anything all the way there.
Beck going to that forehand again, giving it some more air this time, and plays nicely. Oh. No.
Almost faded in time, but she punched through, got on the right side of those at least.
Yep. Hanging out with Joyner over there. Brown. Leaking left.
Yeah.
Oh, open approach from there,
Yeah,
though?
it should be an open approach, except for those Christmas trees around the basket. You're never going to avoid those.
Britta.
Oh, she turned that over too much.
Ooh.
And that stuff is kind of thick. You
Really?
can see the disappointment on her face there.
Oh
Here she
my,
is inside
what?
of it. It was a little tricky for her to get there, and she has nothing but a pitch out.
My goodness. Beck second. Just trying to get up and down for par.
Leaves a little short. You could tell she didn't really have a full reach back there,
Mhm.
pinched against those trees.
Yeah, really unfortunate spot to be. Britta throwing 3.
Trying to slide it up there
Oh,
into a position where she'll have an open putt between the Christmas trees.
she liked it.
She did.
Yeah. Joyner.
Perfect.
Well done by Madeline.
I guess looking at them closer, those are not even Christmas trees at all.
Oh, they're like they're bushes.
They're like bushes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Brown. Long bid. Oh, and a heck of a bid.
Yeah. Fully committed on that one. Went a little deep, though. We'll see if
That's-
one of those bushes is blocking her comeback or
Does
not.
not look like an easy one. Here is Beck's par save attempt. Get it.
Boom. Another clean putt. She's like, did you see me go over that branch right there?
Yeah. That was a great one. She has hit a lot of good putts this
Yeah.
round, and we're only through 11 holes.
And they don't sneak in either. I mean, they're usually
Yeah.
solid, just right in the heart.
Love it. Here's Brown coming back for the par save. And not to be. That's a
Yeah.
bogey for your leader. Going to drop her within 1 of Beck now. That's a good putt for bogey from Britta. Move her to 16 over. That's a Brown bogey. And we should have a Joyner par coming up here. I think you don't mind a 3 on that one at all.
No, I don't think so. It's a challenging one despite the lack of OB. Just really thick rough and the bushes on the green can make putting real challenging, downright impossible from certain positions. Look at that. So clean. She loves it.
What a putt from Beck. Love it. Pointing to the branch.
Yep. I wish I'd gotten a better perspective to see the branch she
Yeah.
went over. I couldn't quite get in the woods with her.
On to 12.
Hole 12, 230 feet. Another elevated basket, which seems to be the theme out here. These little streams that the drone is flying over now are casual. The pond that you see there to the right is OB, but here is another casual stream just short of the basket.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Looks like Joyner has the box. Oh, no. Well,
A little early release, but kicks into the center of the fairway at least.
right. Beck. Coming off that great par save on 11. Hey.
Good kick.
That was very nice. What do you think she has left on that putt?
Oh, maybe 40 or so.
Okay. Brown?
Looks like a fun straight shot to throw.
Yeah, I like this one.
That's a good looking shot.
What would you throw, Pablo?
I would probably go with my champion Rhino. on
Okay.
this.
I'm thinking Envy or Buzz for myself. Britta? The body English plays.
Yeah, it does. It went the exact direction she kicked.
Yeah.
Got to talk to your disc.
Look at it, Joyner second.
Maybe overcompensated from the mistake off the tee pad. Turned that one over a little too much.
And now throwing 3. Early release there. That trickled pretty nicely.
Yeah, she should be up there for a putt, but maybe a tricky one. Kind of circle's edge, elevated pin.
Britta?
And she actually landed in the casual water a good 10, 15 feet closer to the pin than there, but the straight relief behind the casual water put her back a little bit.
Gotcha. Huh.
Since she didn't want to put her foot in it, but it was not OB.
This is a Beck look for 2.
Ooh, just a little high. That actually kissed the band.
Did it?
But still continued as if it didn't. But you could hear the little tink.
Joiner. Oh, leaves it just low. On that attempt, we've got Brown.
And there you can see her disc in the casual water once again. No penalty.
That's
there.
a 2.
Great putt.
She has some really nice birdies this round.
She has, yeah.
And now Beck coming out of the woods.
Yeah, there's some real thick
Oh,
as you can see
man.
right behind the pin on this one. I mean, she had almost no look from there despite being probably 15 feet.
Mm-hmm. That thankfully makes the bogey, but we'll be losing 2 strokes to Brown there. That's a pretty big swing. Pushing Brown's lead. I guess it's just now 1 over Joyner now.
Yep.
Well, now it's 3. How about that?
And I believe there's some stuff happening on Chase card as well, which we'll see later.
Okay, cool.
But I would guess at this point in the round, Brown is still in first, but someone from Chase card is actually in second above everybody else on the lead.
How about that? Taking a quick break. We'll be back in just a few.
When I walk up to the tee, I have these game plans. I think I'm gonna land in these same areas every single time, but you never know. Having the Bushnell rangefinder, no matter where I land, gives me that extra level of confidence.
It was one of those experiences that I'll never forget. It was different than just playing doubles with your partner because you had a team of, I think it was the 4 of you, an alternate shot. And so, you know, you're strategizing with these guys and then you're sitting out for a hole watching them play it, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of fun. You're gonna learn a lot about the sport. You're gonna make new friends. You're gonna have just everlasting memories. I'd love to do it again if I could, to have participated in that. It was really a special experience.
What do I love about disc golf? Same thing we all love. Sound of the chains.
I love that you can play on a course or make up your own.
My favorite thing about disc golf is challenging myself every time I step onto a court.
What do I love disc golf? It gives me the chance to connect with an incredible community and throw some pretty amazing discs. Because after all, pig is love, pig is life.
I love disc golf because you can be as creative as you want with this sport.
Welcome back to the action in Marion, North Carolina. We are at North Cove River Run looking at hole 13, Bobo.
Hole 13, probably one of the trickiest holes on this course. There is technically an OB creek to the left, but the rough is so thick that you won't really get to it. It's 355 feet, pretty long hole, blind off the tee. You need a hyzer finish, and then the hanging basket is in this little cluster of trees to where putts are impossible from the wrong side of it.
Man, for the shot shape, this is a big distance requirement.
It is, yes.
I mean, Brown's doing her best there.
Yep. I mean, that's the perfect play for par.
Mm-hmm. It's fired up the middle. Britta? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, seems like that's the play on this hole. I mean, it probably requires 400 feet of power to reach it on this shape.
Beck.
Another nice looking shot. Getting up to that same layup zone.
And the last coming from Joyner.
Ooh, that was a little high, faded out into the rough. Did not reach the OB creek, but it's
Okay.
a little tricky from in there.
Oh, not the worst.
Yeah.
At least you can make a little progress,
Yep.
not pitching straight sideways. So pitches out, should be throwing 3 from there.
Yep. Should have an open up shot from over there.
Mhm. First up, though, is Brito with the second. And the clean drives. Ooh.
Nice up. That's all about if she has a look from that side of the basket now. We'll find out.
It's like a Oak Grove. That's the
what
spider
I was
tree
thinking
hole.
of, yep. But even tighter gaps, honestly.
They look
I
like
mean, that
it.
spider tree is a little wider.
Uh-huh. He's got a bunch of little guys. That was a decent approach there. Looking at Joyner's third now.
Yep.
You're close, but you'd always like to be closer on,
You
on
would,
this
yeah.
basket especially. Here's Beck's second. And a really nice drive.
Yep, good up. And
Tomahawk
this shows
putt.
you how tricky this green is. All she has is a tiny vertical window. She does not make it through, but at least it sits down.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
Brown.
See if Whitney has anything. Ooh.
Ah,
That was probably the trees that forced her to kind of aim right to miss
Mhm.
that one on her left. and
Agreed.
Didn't quite stick.
Joyner.
And she actually has an open look from that side. How about that? Great putt.
Yes, it was. They had to
Good
save bogey.
save.
And Brito will be doing the same, I believe. Oh, it's a hanging basket. I
Yep.
didn't even pick that up. She sneaks out of here. See what Beck can do. Ah,
Yep, didn't really have a look from there.
Mhm.
Really, really tricky green, especially on a 350-foot par 3.
agreed. He could make this a par 4, and I don't think people would complain.
Yeah.
Actually does make that putt nicely, though. I'm sure it wasn't a gimme. Looks like they even had to cut some trunks out. Did you see
Yeah.
that? Just to make some disc gaps. Britta's slinging it down the fairway. We are going to be on to, we got hole 13 coming up. I believe.
Hole 14, I believe.
Thank,
Yep.
thank you.
Hole 14, 334 feet. We are out of the woods and back onto the ball golf course. All of the paths you see on this hole are safe, but there is the OB River to the right. Green's a bit elevated. This one was also pretty exposed to the wind.
Okay. It looks like they kind of marked it up on the top of the cliff there for the OB.
They did, yeah, which is probably a good call for safety. You don't want players having to stand on a steep cliff with a river beneath them.
Yeah. On the box, Whitney Brown.
Yeah, you can see by that tree there how aggressive the wind is at this point in the round. Ooh, that was a good-looking shot, just a little bit too much turn.
I think we still kept flying, got
Yep.
her some distance. And Britta. Good looking spin there.
Yep.
Probable up and down. Beck. Oh, we figured out where NC State was. Tell us.
That's right. It's in Raleigh.
There we go.
Something I should have known when you asked me on the front nine, but we looked it up between.
We got there. We got there eventually.
I was a little past college age when I moved from the West Coast to the East Coast,
That-
so forgive me for not having that knowledge.
We do. There is Joyner's drive. Again, hopefully up and down for par. This hole's kind of a bear, Pablo.
Yeah.
Brown's second. This is a scary approach. OB right. Now she's got a scary putt.
She does. The OB is not as close as a lot of the other OBs on this course. I
Mhm.
think it'll still be safe for her to run that putt without really worrying about OB. That one's a little closer,
Mm-hmm.
but the plateaued green really does expose it to the wind even more than the rest of the hole.
Big
So that's
turn.
going to be the trickiest part.
Nice looking turnover from
Yeah,
Joyner there.
Yeah,
Big extreme angle.
there on the green as well.
Data proof shot. Beck. There's an approach.
Perfect. Played the wind perfectly there.
Joyner. For par.
Yeah.
Dang.
Great putt.
looking.
I love that reaction.
That was awesome. A little bit of fire in there. Brown.
Count it.
These women can putt, Pablo.
Definitely.
They've got strengths on the green. Really impressive stuff. Britta. Oh, I cursed her.
A little bit low right.
Yep.
That was almost like a 50-50 putt. Like
It
that could have
was.
trickled in half the time.
And Beck with the absolute dropper. What an approach.
3 pars and a bogey on that hole is not bad. I mean, 330, lots of wind.
That's got to be better than your average card. Joyner with this fantastic make. Catches the last chain on the right.
Great putt.
It was. Crowd approved. Dad approved. Some dad claps right there. Love it.
Okay, moving on to hole 15, par 3, 277. OB Creek along the right, just like the previous hole, although on this one it comes into play on the entire hole and not just on the green. You're throwing kind of right next to it the whole way. Left to right shot, so forehand is probably the play, but that also fades towards the OB.
This is dicey, Pavo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Might be smart to play for 3.
Might be, but on the other hand, this one's probably reachable for this card.
That's a good point.
Unlike the previous hole, so they might be trying to go for the 2 here,
Brown.
especially coming down the stretch.
That's a higher speed disc for Brown. She's attacking.
Good skip, good ground play,
Oh.
and yeah, she's circle's edge. Maybe a little inside.
What you got left on the backside, OB-wise there?
I think the OB's far enough away that she doesn't really have to worry about it.
Beck with the forehand play. We called for it, and she delivered.
Perfect.
Nicely done. Joyner.
Maybe a little tentative of the OB there.
Yeah.
Early release was focused on not turning it over too much and overcompensated. I know that feeling.
Britta. Needs a little more turn on that, but it's still fine. Long putt.
Yep. Probably just play for par from there would be my guess.
Yeah.
Trying to run that, the OB might come into play.
Feels like the smart play. Joyner's second.
She wants it to sit down. She knows how close that
Ooh.
OB is, but it's good.
Yeah. Still a little bit of meat left on that par putt. Britta's second.
Most likely laying up from here. That would be the smart play, and yes, that's what she does.
Nice. And Beck. This is a birdie look. Be a great time for it, too. Oh!
Another solid putt from Genesis. She's hit so many solid putts this round. I love watching her putt.
Absolutely. And closes the gap to 2 for the time being.
Yep.
Between her and Brown. Oh, Brown says nope.
Nope.
Back to 3.
Yep.
Nice birdie putt
Yeah,
from
that putt
her.
was right at the OB, but no fear. No fear on that one.
And she fires him, too.
She does. They actually have a pretty similar putt, Brown and Beck.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
There's Britta. And Joyner.
Yep. Couple pars, couple birdies. No harm done on that hole.
Yeah.
It was getting really cold and windy here late in the round.
Was
I think
it?
They're all pretty happy to be almost finished at this point.
The sun went down a little bit, get a little chilly.
It did, yeah. There's some high mountains on the west side of the course here, and the sun went out of sight a little earlier than at least than I was expecting. I'm sure the players know the property better than I do, but
We're looking at 16, Pablo.
16, man, one of the most treacherous holes on the course. The path is safe, but you see the OB Creek there on the left. The hole is 338 feet, forces a big hyzer shot, and the basket is
Come on.
way down by the water.
That's so mean.
With rocks and stuff all around it, to where even if you try to play a layup on your second shot, you could hit a rock, pop up, and roll OB.
Wow. Well, let's see how our card manages the difficulties. Brown. That's low. I don't think you hate it, though.
No, I mean, I have to assume that's what she was doing on purpose.
Yeah.
This green is just so risky that the play seems to be big drive out to the right and then a layup and take your par and move on.
Beck. Good spin from Genesis.
Similar. That's the play.
Yeah, hanging out with Brown out there. Joyner. Playing it nice and wide.
3 for 3, similar plays.
Let's see what Britta's got for us.
And that's fine.
It's okay.
The creek is actually not as close there as it is up by the basket.
Gotcha. Hopefully the approach is clean as well. Joiner's approach. Oh, it looked like the basket was closer to the path than
It
that.
did, yeah. So that's going to be a bit of a tricky putt. Thankfully, not putting right at the OB at least.
Truth. Britta's second. Trying to slide it down into the green
And it stops.
Okay.
The whisker we can see there is a little misleading, but the OB
It juts
line
back
juts
out.
out to the left.
Gotcha. Beck, her second. Ooh, that's not great.
Stay safe, though.
Did it?
It did stay
All right.
safe.
And with her putt, a great chance to save par. Brown got a 3-stroke lead on the rest of the league card, but there's
And the skip off the path, slides it up, drop in par.
yeah.
That's all you want on this hole.
Seriously, can't imagine there were hardly. Wonder if there were any twos.
I would guess no,
Ooh.
without a throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great putt again.
Yeah, it was.
A little bit low, but dead center.
Let's see if Britta can save par from just a little closer.
Similar result, just a little bit low. This hole shows the treachery, but also the beauty of this course. I really like the aesthetics of this green.
Yeah.
And look at, that's how dangerous this green is. She elects to just lay up from there, which I can hardly blame her for, because a miss from there would almost certainly go OB.
Yeah, landing on that rock, it's not going to settle on that rock.
Yeah.
So, looks like bogey's around, is it?
There might be one par.
One par from Brown, I think.
Yeah, because she played the perfect layup, drop in par.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to grab her another stroke on the lead card. She's got 4 strokes on this card, but like we mentioned, there is a chaser who's doing work on the chase card. Kind of like a James Conrad, you know?
Yeah,
Like
the
kind of flying.
follow through off of the front of the
Yeah,
pad,
yeah.
definitely.
All right, 17, Pavo.
Hole 17, 310 feet, pretty treacherous. This ditch that the drone is flying over now is out of bounds. There's that same out of bounds creek on the left side of the fairway that we've seen on the last couple of holes, and the green, the OB, pinches closer and closer on both sides, kind of into a point, no more than 20 feet deep of the pin.
It's like a peninsula green almost.
Yeah.
Just surrounded. 310, so attackable for these women.
Definitely.
And you know,
But
Whitney,
risky to attack.
yes, it is. Whitney, this is within her range.
Great rip.
Asking for it to get down.
And you see why she was asking for it to
Really?
get down. That skips into the OB, but she should have a circle's edge look for par, at least from there.
Yeah, great point. Beck, a chance to grab a couple strokes with a good drive and a good putt.
Yep, great shot.
Did the good drive part. That's a makeable.
Makeable, but scary putt
Yes.
with the OB. Theme of the course.
Madeline.
Yeah, that's a little bit short, but should have an easy par from there.
Mm-hmm. And Britta.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are maybe just electing to play this for a par. No reason to attack such a dangerous green.
You are looking at Madeline's second.
Trying to slide it up there a little bit low. It's going to be a tester with the OB behind it.
Yeah. I always feel like if you're laying up from this range, you'd just rather not putt.
Yep.
And Britta's going to have a little bit.
Sits down.
Not much, though. She says, meh.
Here is Whitney taking relief. I'm kind of confused why they put the whisker down there instead of just at the top of
yeah.
the flat part. So even with her meter relief, she's kind of on this awkward slope down there.
Sure, that's mildly frustrating, but still has a chance to save par. Not an easy look, though.
Yeah, the trickiest thing about it is the stance. Thankfully, the OB on the right side is not as close as the left side, so even with a miss here, I don't think she's worried about the OB behind it. Beautiful par save.
Wow.
From that stance, she couldn't really push off her back foot as much or do
Yeah.
any kind of follow through, and she compensated, put more wrist and arm action into it, and got it in there.
Kind of almost like a nose-up floater almost.
Yep.
It was really pretty. And Beck looks like a smart layup from
Yep.
Beck. Yeah.
She was a little worried that it was still going to slide into the OB, but it settled.
Got a little action she didn't want there. Joyner gets that thing in the bucket nicely.
Good par.
It looked like she thought that was going to come up short.
Yep.
So willed it into the bucket. Let's see if Britta can do the same. Oh, air ball right. That'll be a bogey on 17 for Britta. Of a par coming up most likely for Beck. Did she almost miss it, or what was that?
I don't know. I don't. I think maybe it was just a cough or something.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know. It did look like she thought she almost missed it, but
Yeah.
from our perspective here, it looked pretty solid. So
That's-
I'm not quite sure on that one.
How funny. This make from Whitney. Oh, she just barely skirted that tree, too.
Yep.
That was sick.
That was a great par save.
That's a big putt late.
She got aggressive on the drive and still got her par.
So going into hole 18.
Hole 18, extremely treacherous. Another island hole. Well, everything short here is safe, so I don't know if you can fully call it an island hole, but it is surrounded by OB on all four sides. The OB road on the right, this OB creek short, another OB creek long, and also on the left, anything left of that path is OB.
What
so
the heck?
It is a tricky one.
It's a great finishing hole.
It is a great finishing hole. You can
Great.
definitely see some scoring separation here.
Absolutely. You're a leader. Brown on the box of 18.
And she turned it over too much.
Where's that going, Pablo?
Well, it clears the first OB creek, but goes deep of the green into the second OB creek.
Huh. So what does that mean?
Well, we'll see where she takes it from.
Okay. Beck. Needs to get some turn. That's not happening.
And that comes up short in the creek before the basket.
Joyner. Looks like a layup shot from
Yep,
Joyner.
she's playing the layup, which honestly is a smart play. This is a high-risk shot to go for that.
Yeah.
Go for that island green.
Absolutely.
This is another one where it was very exposed to the wind as well.
Britta.
A little too much turn there, and it does not clear the first creek, and she is out of bounds as well.
Oh, dang. Joyner, kind of a tricky spot to throw her second from. It's going to go OB.
Yep. I think she tried a little too hard to put enough power on it to clear the water, and grip locked a little bit and turned it over. So here is Genesis taking her relief. But then apparently she's going to let someone else go first. So our apologies for the angle here. But
Here's Britta.
yep, that's
Throwing
who it was.
3.
Sit down.
So I'll have that putt for
Okay.
4.
And of course, I forgot to mention in the whole preview, it's another elevated basket to finish.
Por que no?
Yeah.
Beck.
Now Beck's going to go. Good layup.
Yep.
So from what I could see,
Uh-huh.
Whitney crossed this first creek, crossed the inbounds island, and went OB in the second creek, but she's taking it from back there,
Is
which
that-
I was a little bit confused
Is that anything on the T sign about that, or?
I mean, the OB on the right is all the way to the road, and her shot was way right, but I don't think it crossed over the road. I think it crossed over the inbounds part of the island far right of the pin before going into the second creek, but maybe there are some hole-specific rules that I didn't know about.
Okay. So she's taking a ways back here then.
Yeah.
And now throwing 3. Maybe there's a little discussion about that possibly?
There
Okay.
might have been. I
Yeah.
anticipated her to go to the green, so I was already walking up there, which
sure.
is why you're seeing this angle now instead of her perspective.
Ooh. That's not good, Pablo.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that putt is for the win.
I
Coming up.
believe you are right.
Yeah. Britta. So going into this hole, Brown had a 2-stroke lead over a chase card chaser. Get you her name in a second.
A layup there from Joyner. Another fist bump from Dad.
And here is Whitney Brown for the win.
Sit down.
inches
Sit
low.
down.
So now she needs that to make that one to push a playoff with Rebecca Minnick, who had a day on the chase guard. Oh, nice finish from Beck. Good putt.
Really, really tricky finishing hole with the wind and the OB everywhere and the elevated basket.
Joiner, I believe that's going to be a 5. Is it a single bogey?
Yep.
Yeah. And there is the double for Brown. Playoff time, Pablo.
It is. Bonus golf.
And we will get right into it, I believe. So joining is Rebecca Minnick from Blacksburg, Virginia. Goes to Virginia Tech. Same place James Conrad went.
That's right, yep.
Here is her drive. Looking good. Oh. A little. Oh, hits the stump.
It does. It's safe over there, but she should have about a 45-footer or so obstructed by a tree.
Oh, man. She's got a
It's
nice.
up to Whitney. She turns it over a little as well, but gets the fade, and she's 10 feet.
Wow. Putting the pressure on Rebecca.
Great drive.
So this is just an awkward-looking tough bid here, Pablo,
Yep.
and you got to run it.
And she just didn't put enough on it.
It's tough to generate the appropriate
It
amount of
is
power.
from that kind of stance, definitely.
Yeah.
So all Whitney has to do is make this for the win.
You're back-to-back collegiate champion if this goes in.
Congratulations to Whitney. What a performance. Solid on the putting green all day.
Yeah, throwing some great drives as well. And there's your 2022 singles college champion.
Whitney Brown.
Whitney Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 D1 Division Women's National Champion 2 times in a row.
2-time champion.
That's got to be fun. Winning once is nice, but the repeat, man.
Always great to come back and defend.
Yeah. The winning putt.
I got to say, the whole card had a great attitude.
Yeah,
out there all
it looked
day.
like
good,
they're having
good
a good
holes
time.
and bad holes. It didn't matter. Birdies, double bogeys. Everyone was having a good time.
Awesome. Love it, man. There is your top 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow, we got the men's singles final, I believe.
I think we do, and it's going to be one of the other courses on this amazing property, so stay tuned for that.
Should be fun to watch. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow.